Hello, Boulder. My name is Gerry Valentine, and I'm going to talk about something that's been very important in my life, and that I believe is very important for all of you as well. I call it the missing ingredient. It's the thing that drives our success, and it is also the thing that causes us to fail sometimes. This missing ingredient is courage, but there's also a big problem. Our culture doesn't really understand courage. We think about courage as fearlessness, and we envision gladiator-style archetypes, mistakes that actually distract us from finding our courage. People with this type of courage actually embrace their fears, and they use them to accomplish great things. I've also learned that this type of courage is a skill, not a trait, meaning that everybody is capable of great courage. So, the easiest way to understand this type of courage is to first look at how it gets derailed. And that's through a self-defeating process I call the adversity fear paralysis cycle. So let's start with adversity. It's just a normal part of life. It might be the loss of a job, or an illness, or even a positive event like becoming a parent. And adversity always leads to fear, the fear that we won't be able to meet the challenge. And that's perfectly okay. The trouble comes when fear turns into paralysis, which is an inability to respond productively to the adversity. And paralysis always leads to even more adversity. Either the initial gets worse or a new one arises. So here's a great example. Eastman Kodak went bankrupt in 2012 after over 100 years in business. Now, many would say because of digital photography. But Kodak invented the first digital camera back in 1975. So what happened? Well, the cycle happened. When faced with the adversity of a new technology, Kodak's leaders, who only understood the film business, allowed their fear of change to trigger a paralysis that prevented them from leveraging their own invention. But this is about a lot more than staying in business. If you look at our greatest problems, things like climate change, discrimination, corporate ethics, poverty, you will find fear and paralysis at the root. So how do we break the cycle? Well, each time we feel fear, we can use it as a springboard into courage. Fear usually means that we're just one decision away from courage. And once we take that courageous leap, we unlock new opportunities for ourselves. So how do we take courageous leaps? I believe there are lots of ways, and I hope to write a book on this someday. But tonight, I'm going to talk about just the 3 things I think help most people. First, embrace and celebrate your fears. Fear is our ability to imagine something that might happen. So, step into it and ask, what could I do then? That turns the fear into just another problem to solve and unlocks your creativity. Second, face the hard truth, which can be absolutely terrifying. Maybe you're in big financial trouble, or your 16-year-old has a drug problem. But the truth is the truth. Denying it robs you of your courage. Third, have a vision and know your values. Your vision is your North Star, your values, your map. So in the storm of adversity, vision and values keep you on track. And always remember, courage is a journey, not a destination. No one is courageous all the time because we all have lapses. But everyone has the possibility of great courage if we practice. So I said, this is important for everyone, and here's why. We have big problems ahead of us, as a society, as a country, and as a world community. And I believe courageous people are the only ones who can help. We need courageous entrepreneurs who can find innovative solutions to our most daunting problems. We need courageous leaders in big business who can build companies that are successful while also being responsible and ethical. And most importantly, we need a community of courageous individuals, people who can face the adversity of tomorrow without falling into paralysis. And that's everybody in this room. So I hope that you'll leave tonight with an understanding of the missing ingredient and why it's so important. That you know your innate courage, and that you leave inspired to use it to accomplish great things, because we need each of you. Thank you very much.